It's another edition of Checking In with Hein and Johnny, where the hosts bring in mystery topics that neither host knows anything about until the mics go hot and on the air. We are the show that keeps the host from talking about the weather and World War II 24 hours a day. Hey, Heiny, man, what's on your mind?
Shubada do my mom.
You got the most exciting shirt you have ever worn on the show.
It's because I went to a rock and roll show.
Really? How was it?
Good show.
And pray tell, who was the headliner?
Blues Traveler.
John Popper.
There you go.
Man,
there
Canadian Rose. That's a total throwback fun concert.
Spin Doctors, Gin Blossoms. And they're making their way around the States these days. So you can go check that out wherever they
You
a lot
absolutely
of fun. They did a lot of, a lot of little stories. Because I don't know if you know, but John Popper was they started a band in high school, and it became the Spin Doctors, but John Popper left it.
Ah.
So those guys knew each other from what they're like us.
Like it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
He had a horrific accident that put him in a wheelchair for quite a long time. Right at the MTV height, whenever the MTV, the videos were at the very, very peak. And so he was touring with a wheelchair for quite a while. But man, they had a string of awesome hits.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So yeah.
And I even like Spin Doctors.
I love the Spin Doctors.
Yeah.
I was not a big John Popper fan, but then I watched him and what he was doing and the whole thing. It's like, yeah.
Nice. Gotta
love his Jimi Hendrix style harmonica playing.
Yeah, he's got different harmonicas in different keys on an ammo belt. It's a great trademark. I love it.
Yeah. It's only him. So how about you? How are things out in the woods? You seen any wild animals?
We have only seen raccoons and rabid moms with their kids. We did a week in Disney World with our grandkids and got our Achilles heels injured from walking 20 miles a day. And then we popped into Virginia Beach to relax seaside and went to South Carolina. Kind of made a little trip up the East Coast. So it was a party. You seem to have got a small case of bronchitis. Is that true? Have you got a little cough, a cold you picked up at the races?
Are you a diagnoser?
Well, I've played a doctor on TV, so when I see someone's hand has a dot on it, I try and email them on the TV show I saw it and tell them that's a malignancy. Let's get that checked, and then I can get famous.
I concur. Stella and Duke spent the night out on a little ledge on the mountain last Sunday.
Nice.
And Monday morning, I went up to get them, and they were 3 miles out. It took me 45 minutes to do the first 2 miles. It took 2 hours and 15 minutes to do the third mile. And I was soaked to the skin because the bushes and everything were so wet.
Yeah.
And I think I was a little under the weather then, and that just put me down. So rescued them. They're fine.
They loved it.
No, they were stuck on this ledge that was about chest high. It's like, can you jump down?
Guy.
Come here, guys. I'll get you.
Dad's a hero. Dad's a superhero.
Dad's a super idiot. You'll get spend another $50 and get 2 new dogs.
$50. Get out of here. Duke. I love it. So, any feedback? Have you gotten any good or bad feedback on your Heiny Awards? I do sometimes like to know if we've hit if we've hit the cultural hot spot.
I heard nothing but glowing remarks about the
Whoa. We gotta feel
especially
good.
what I think where I got some feedback was I think we must have talked about the colors of organ meats.
Yes, you touched on your favorite, which, if I remember correctly, one of your favorites is dark kidney. Is that right?
Well, I can say that on TV.
A black liver color meat. You love the blackened color of the sphincter.
Well, not that.
Nothing's better than a good sphincter steak. Well, you're a trooper. Here you are not feeling well, and you are still on the podcast. You're like Superman, really.
Life doesn't stop, Johnny.
No, you have to pour through.
And I'm just 1 or 2 Hall's mentholyptus tablets away from a perfect day.
Wow. Yes, to coin a phrase, it's good to be Henry, and Henry's good. Henry is so good. So, do you ever have in your life the situation where mom ran out of milk and you have to put orange juice on the cereal?
The lowest I've stooped is straight up buttermilk. You ever done that?
Wow. So your mom bought and enjoyed buttermilk when you were little?
My wife, like 2 weeks ago.
Chris, that's ghastly. So she drinks moldy milk on purpose. Holy smokes.
You put it in pancakes.
Yeah. You bake pretty regularly with it. So she doesn't drink it voluntarily.
No, I don't know. Maybe she puts it in some sort of smoothie. Man, I gotta check my coffee.
Check it, baby.
Just prevented a house fire.
Nice. It must be a brand new coffee maker then.
We have so many, just a line.
And pray tell us why you need so many different ones. Do you have one for cappuccino, one for lattes? Tell me.
Must be. The one that makes like this thing, no matter what size you push, you get like half a cup. Grinding, making noises, super expensive. Complains when you haven't emptied it out its dustbin.
Yeah. And does it make appropriate coffee though, or does it leave you wishing you had a different coffee maker?
I have a different coffee maker. It's the new one, and I can always just go back over to the Keurig, which makes a giganto cup of coffee, which is what I need.
Yeah.
I'm an American. I like it big. I'm not getting little tiny teensy cups.
No French espresso. I see people in movies in France that have a sip of coffee for $6 or 6 French francs.
Right, and they carve it out of their cup with a spoon because it's so thick.
No, thank you. I don't think I'm up for that.
When in Rome, you've got to drink those, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I have not been to France. Have you enjoyed France on many occasions?
Only one occasion. Only one occasion.
How was it?
I loved it, but everybody else says that France is just the country you drive through to get to Italy.
Yeah, so you can get the good meatballs.
Right, but I love France, but I love anywhere in Europe.
Yeah. You have a connection from a previous life. You were a world traveler from Uzbekistan in another life.
I liken myself to Roman legionnaire. Come on.
Ooh.
There were a lot in a previous life.
Nice. Traveling the known world.
Or, like an Egyptian slave girl in a previous life.
Hello.
Speaking of slave girls, how about the new Sabrina Carpenter album cover with her being dragged around by her hair?
I have not seen it. That sounds provocative.
It was all over the morning show. They did not even suggest that it might be sending the wrong message to young girls.
You all just knew it. That was given.
Yes. And young guys that they can actually, I think they're asking her why she did this and she can't come up with a straight answer. And this answer is, isn't this just what men dream about? Having me dragging me around by the hair as a slave girl? It's like,
The caveman,
it's got to be it.
me, man, you, woman, grab them by the hair.
Right.
What is there an inappropriate song from the 70s that involves that theme? I can't. Seems like there should have been.
It's a
Grab 'em.
shubada doo da ma ma ma. Do you remember that song?
I guess not.
Go back
You
to
sing
your-
it a lot.
Go back to your Steve Miller.
Oh, it's a Steve Miller hit. Well, I definitely know that.
Shubada doo ma ma ma. Shubada doo ma 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 ma.
I should have known it immediately because I love the Steve Miller.
I'm not quoting Georgia.
That's smart.
That's the grandchildren.
That's wise. And if you like Steve Miller, you probably, as I did, I loved Boz Scaggs. He was a really sweet, kind of bluesy guitar player. Man, he was string of hits. Oh my gosh. Steve Miller and him.
Yeah,
I guess they were big friends, I guess, back in the day. Yeah, I guess they
Shuffle and all that.
Yeah, my goodness. Harbor Lights, so many massive hits from the 70s. I really love that. Love that brand of guitar playing. Steve Miller did a band album Born to Be Blue. It wasn't, of course, like all the blues albums that people make. It wasn't a big seller, but man, was it good. Ooh, tasty licks on that thing. Aerosmith did a blues album, Honkin' on Bobo, not popular. Stones did one, not popular. But, in fact, I think it was their worst selling album. The Stones,
Well, I bought it.
I bought it. Yeah, for sure I bought it. And I do like it. I like blues covers. We just happened to see Kiss when Aerosmith was touring on their Honkin' on Bobo album. So we saw Kiss and a dual billing of Aerosmith, and Aerosmith had all the sweet neon signs from their Honkin' on Bobo. And man, great memories for that. They played it. Speaking of throwback great concerts, that was a great one.
Do you still in the vault in the back of your closet next to your dad's paratrooper hat have any of your Kiss Army apparel?
I do not. No, but
those
I'm going to
buckles have got to be worth some bank.
I will admit to this. When I was too young to have money, before I had a lawn mowing business, I wanted to have Kiss apparel, so I would just cut out the Kiss name out of the magazine and tape it on my clothing.
I had your Kiss guitar strap. Still got that, baby?
I was into Kiss. I was a huge Kiss fan right from the beginning. I mean, I was a huge Kiss fan before they hit like mega popularity with Destroyer. And sadly for my kids, so they're big Kiss fans. I have kids just like same age as yours, that are totally into Kiss. And the albums that they bought, that they released at their time, was Psycho Circus and, the disco versions of their songs. They love Kiss. And it's sad that I put that on their backs. But old men now, too old to sing, I guess. From what the reports are, that poor Paul Stanley can't sing any of those songs without getting booed off the stage.
Well,
you get old. When you're 70, you get old.
I'm sure that's tough to take for, that.
Superstars.
You can't do what really made you great.
No, you don't. You can't. Here's a weird thing, though. Dudes like Smokey Robinson, and who's another one that sounds exactly the same? Bruce Springsteen. There are certain singers who don't. Tony Bennett. They sound exactly the same.
Johnny Mathis is still like touring, and he was doing his last runs, and it's like he can still do it. He's got to be.
Yeah.
He's got to be 95.
Got to be 90. they're dragging him around in a coffin, sitting up with an auto chair, but he can still sing like a son of a gun. That just has to be with genetics, right? Because that's
Right.
So you have, how recently did you put buttermilk on your cereal?
It was last Wednesday.
Gosh, did you have to throw it out? Did you just have to chuck it?
I eat it. I'll go like, if I was starving in a labor camp, this would be a delicious treat. And so, it's not going to kill me. It's all this stuff is food. It just tastes kind of bad. So I eat it.
You're an adventurous eater, though. So, I have definitely used orange juice in cereal, and it is exactly like you'd think. It's exactly like drinking orange juice right after you brush your teeth. It's horrendous. And I probably pounded through it when I was 7. The most recent one that surprised me, my mom loved creamy food, so she would have granola and cereal with cream. And so we ran out of milk, and I put cream, and my sisters love cream on cereal. So instead of milk, we ran out of milk. So just like 2 months ago, put whipped cream on it, but we only had heavy whipped cream. And so it resembled more a ball of cereal.
Ball of creamy cereal.
And I could not pound it down. I had to throw it away. I'm not like you, Henry. I can't.
My French sensibilities would have just let me take it right on in. I mean, like, I'm not going to put fruit juice on, you can just put anything on cereal. You could put coffee on cereal, anything to kind of moisten it up. No, what I'd have to has to be more or less white. Preferably if it had come from a cow. That's what I am extremely chastised by some of our listeners that they go, do you want milk, or what kind of milk do you want, or how do they say it? And I'll say, well, yeah, I want some half and half in there. They go like, the correct answer is do you want cow milk, or do you want milk from a tree, like almond or oat or I don't know what else. Catfish milk.
Cashew milk. Old recycled tire milk.
But so what I've started requesting now is, in that latte, could you just put in a dash of squid ink, please? Just a little squid ink. You don't have any? There goes your tip.
My Yelp review is going to be horrendous because of that. And I'm going to name it specifically.
Do you go? We were in Park City, and so we're walking around looking at all the restaurants, and they have one with like squid ink linguine. It's like,
I have not had that.
How do they have to milk the squid ink out of all the squid to create that culinary delight?
And it's black. It's purple black. I mean,
that's what you got tattoos with it.
Yeah. Have you eaten puffer fish, the poisonous fish that licensed practitioners in Japan prepare?
Oh, but I'm sure my oldest boy has. He goes to Japan and loads up and gets they've got some sort of whiskey that has a dead snake in it in Okinawa. And
nice.
It's still they consider it cruelty to animals, so you can't bring it back into the U.S. And so he gets those. So I'm sure he's had the pufferfish. How about you?
No, I have never. I'm just fascinated by the pufferfish poison. It's in all the Agatha Christie movies. People use the toxin from the pufferfish and murder people pretty easily. Fascinating that a fish creates such a potent wallop.
Well, I think that's the same thing that they're using in the poisonous gases in all the old Batman and Robins. I mean, the Riddler comes out and poof, he puts out that stuff. It drops Batman and Robin like, boom, they're instantly in a coma.
Neurotoxin. I'm thinking they've got a pufferfish under their armpit and they just do that that hilarious thing we did in junior high school and squeeze the toxins into Adam West's face.
Or, there's a puffer fish with an umbrella crammed up its ass. Walk your way with the umbrella.
I guess it would be the penguin would be doing that more often with a puffer fish. That's kind of his thing.
Children now, they hate that Batman. They hate Adam West. They hate Burt Ward because
not dark enough.
Yes, it just makes the whole no one can take that Batman seriously. No one.
Well,
Batman should be taken seriously.
Yeah, Batman's got to be brooding these days. He's got to want to kill his mom and Superman in order for it to be popular.
Right.
Sad days, sad days. Chris, I know, loves Batman. Are there any phrases that you say that drive your wife crazy? Here's one.
What drives your wife crazy?
Allison does not like it if I say calm down. That does not make her calmer.
Yeah, no,
that is not a good one. She is definitely the fiery one in the family. She loses her temper at bad service quite easily. So the phrase calm down is not a good one for Daddy to use. Any that Chris don't like? Is there anything Chris has specifically told you, stop saying that?
She says that I overuse the word mulch. Like if I say, why don't you just take some of that buttermilk and then mulch it into your Raisin Bran there?
I find that you underuse the word mulch. That's my experience. There is no time that the word mulch can't be used with great enthusiasm.
So I've tried to substitute compost, but I just can't do it.
It's not the same. No.
Take it all in.
Mulch, and I think mulch is different. Mulch is slightly different from composted items. At least that's what I've decided.
Yeah, I don't think there's mulch. Does your mulch contain styrofoam cups, whereas your compost probably not in the mulch, but yes in the compost?
Yeah, your microplastics and styrofoam are likely to find their way into your compost and your liver.
Vis-a-vis your rhubarb pie.
Yes. I have grown rhubarb this year, and it's still alive. So I am happily going to have rhubarb pie in mid-September. I will be rhubarb pieing.
Are you an enthusiast?
I like rhubarb. My grandpa had 2 rhubarb plants that were big, and it comes back every year. You don't have to plant it. So I planted that because that's a lazy item to have in your garden. So I planted it, and it's back. So I really love pie. Rhubarb pie is incredibly. Of course, the reason it's delicious is there's 7 cups of sugar in it. Rhubarb is like cranberries. It's inevitable. You can't eat it really without just a quart of heavy corn syrup. So
yeah, but boy, once you get it in there,
yeah, it's delicious. Yeah, it's 100% tasty.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I cut you off. Heiny, it's your turn.
Have you ever considered enlisting in your life the help of a fine art consultant?
No, I have such bad taste and so limited funds, I would never need a fine art consultant, ever.
Okay. Me neither.
I've never had that because my taste in art typically is kittens holding on to a pole that says, hang in there, baby. That's the ultimate wall hanging for me.
This fine art consultant that I met was going to help me choose the right enlarged cover of a Queen album to one that is, this one is fine art. It's kind of like, I think I could just run down to the print shop and take my Queen album and have them just shoot the thing larger, but then would it be fine art or would it just be a Queen album, but it wouldn't cost $10,000.
No, yes. There are, because albums were so cool through the years, the liner notes and the inside of double albums, they had so much area to have sweet, sweet art on them. I love album covers from our youth. They're so cool.
Well, now, as you peruse the fine art stores of either Virginia Beach, where you are, wherever you go, you'll start bumping into like, well, here's a 36 by 36 rendition of the Tattoo You album in oil.
Oh,
And
that's
I
interesting.
suppose somebody out there wants that.
There has to be somebody, because they wouldn't keep making them. Pretty cool, though.
Pretty cool.
Have you ever sculpted or painted or done the ghost? Back in COVID, a lot of people bought those wheels that you could do a vase with. Did you do any of those 3 art items in your life?
No, not even, pottery has never been on my radar screen.
Though painting, did you ever do painting?
I've painted. Yes, I've done many I've done metal sculpture.
Ooh, so that's, you definitely have sculpted. And do you have any pieces that you can show us of your metal sculpting?
No, they're all in the garbage.
Sad. Really sad.
Or they've gotten sold at auctions.
Yeah, they're the $10,000 fine art piece that someone couldn't live without.
I had one that went to this I donated it to this auction, and people were fighting over it.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I should do this again. Well, maybe not. It's kind of a pain.
And you're now a humongous money maker.
No.
And you're 1 for 1. You literally are batting 1,000.
You have to be prolific.
Your piece was incredibly popular. It was a hit. I wouldn't do another one. Well, Heiny, with that, we say bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Checking In with Hein and Johnny. You can follow all things Hein and Johnny by subscribing to Checking In with Hein and Johnny anywhere you listen to podcasts. Checking In with Heiny and Johnny is sponsored by Conveyors and Equipment. They supply, design, and service all types of conveyors, belting, and material handling equipment since 1972. With 3 locations to serve you, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, and El Paso. Find them on the web at conveyequip.com. That's CONVEYEQUIP.com.